The project is called Quiet Now, and her name is Dudupuan here on the KJ Show. From Pabopilo, Respect Life, and I think we're reflective this morning, with Nothemba Madumo, talking about the life and times of a jazz legend, and earlier on we also played music there by Johnny Jani. And coming up, at the Joy of Jazz Festival, there's a tribute, to Johnny Jani.
Yeah, there is an incredible musician and bassist, and I'm actually thinking, today is, celebrating Heritage Day, and he was, a musician who was very unpopular for sticking to celebrating our heritage and culture, even when he was overseas, and would be upset with other musicians who were, in exile, who would then branch off, into the Western kind of jazz and
that whole culture.
He was like in his compositions.
Yeah.
I want to reflect who I am and where I come from and what I'm about, and which one for him, because look at the music
he created,
exactly,
and he left behind.
And I'm looking forward to heavy Swahili tribute to him.
That's incredible.
He's got 2 double bass.
Yes,
second and third, which is going to be great.
Listen.
And I think also the fact that the tribute includes Thomas Jani, the son, is also incredible, because I think it. When family is involved in a tribute is great. Because then it makes it even more authentic.
Makes it sweeter.
Yeah.
The double conversation. The list goes on. Mm-hmm. I got a message here from one of your favorite people. His name is Emmanuel Moraes. He says, I wish I could be there with you guys.
Come, we've got some wine, we've got some... I'm joking, guys.
He says you're simply always, of course. Much love to you.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you so much.
I wanted to talk about the non-jazz offerings. Now we can controversial now. The non-jazz offerings that are going to be part of the lineup this year. Purists, followers, or the serious followers are sometimes deterred by this eclectic mix. Your thoughts?
Too bad.
Okay, controversial.
No, this is where we are now, and in fact, this is a phenomenon that's been happening for a while, even in international festivals. And my thing is, the only sad part is where some people call or title their events jazz festivals, and there's not a single jazz musician that is on the lineup, and so we are using the jazz concept because you want prestige and sophistication and order and dignity. Don't use us like that. Don't use us like that.
Honestly, I stand with you there, because there are a lot of people that are doing this kind.
So for me, what also works, because you must always look at the positive of the situation, is the fact that those non-jazz performances are bringing in new jazz appreciators, because those people who are coming to see the non-jazz ones are now going to be exposed to the jazz,
the real jazz,
and now realize, my goodness, I've been missing something, because I've had a mental block all this time that this jazz thing is for these old people only on a Sunday, who are just speaking big English or something, which is all wrong. And whoever came up with that story, or blame.
Whoever came up with jazz is only belonging on a Sunday. I want to talk also, especially when you say, audiences, more and more younger people are coming to jazz. I don't know if you know
it. And I love it.
With all its forms,
yes.
Right? Yes. In your opinion, again, how important are festivals like the Joy of Jazz as platforms of education for jazz? preserving the legacy of our heritage since it's Heritage Month, and we're wrapping it up. But how important is it, to cultivate and have these platforms, in your opinion?
And it's very important because, we have other forces at play that are, trying to misdirect us into thinking in a certain way, behaving in a certain way, speaking in a certain way, and learning things that have no value to us. So we need to constantly and consciously and intentionally keep and preserve our own culture and legacy and heritage.
That's right.
And we do that by making sure that all the platforms that exist, that we have that are available are used to push who we are at all times, so that we don't get lost. Absolutely. So the joy of jazz, the fact that once a year we look forward to that is great, and because they also have workshops and they have these discussions and a lot of activations that bring on the awareness not only of the music but of the culture and the lifestyle of jazz music, and it's very important.
Onwards and upwards, I think.
Yes, sir.
Onwards and upwards.
Yes, sir.
We're wrapping it up here with Nothemba, of course. She's been a marvel to hang out with. It's only the radio really makes me mad in that sense that every single time you have fun, the time runs away with you.
It does. It does. Especially when you're having a nice conversation,
right?
And then it's gone.
And then how it is. And then I must now pay the bills. And then I must, trouble for that.
That's my frustration. It's all right. I have to stop. I have to cut off this conversation because I've got to pay the bill.
Yeah. So as we wrap up quickly, you are the founder and MD for Everjazz, an apparel events promotion brand known for the boutique gatherings and sophisticated get-togethers with friends and jazz, right? Can we look forward to another as we wrap up 2023 for you?
Forever Jazz is there as another platform. Like I said, every platform that's available must be used, because we've struggled with having just jazz on Sundays, and now we need jazz everywhere.
Absolutely.
and at any time, with everyone kind of thing. So Forever Jazz really tries to present those kind of opportunities. As like now, we've partnered with, Umhlanga in Durban, the Platinum Lounge, to, have jazz on Thursdays and have performances and DJs there. That's what we do. We're also actually going to be at the Joy of Jazz. We're going to have a little stand there to
as always,
to have t-shirts and caps and things, the Forever Jazz to promote the brand. But also it is really about creating a space for jazz outside of the usual platforms. And there are many other radio stations that have been shutting down jazz music, sadly. And I always just think, hey, they really have no idea of what the future holds. They're gonna come back.
They will.
And they're like, ooh, wish you didn't do that. Because remember when we were off air, we were talking about how your conversation with someone turned into
that's right. Yes.
Said that the future says, the world is looking at Africa, for what Africa has to offer, and right now, they are loving what jazz has to offer, what Amapiano have to offer, because they're looking for sounds and fresh sounds, inspiration, and things to steal. So,
we're good.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Our names will forever be etched in the the credits. They do the right thing. Man, thank you so much for coming through.
Well, always a pleasure seeing you and hanging out with you.
Yes, ma'am.
In all the jazz joys.
Of course, I'm hanging out on the Urban Jazz Experience. Can you invite them now?
Yes. You will come.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Find her on social media. She is Nothemba UJX or Nothemba Madumo on Facebook. On X, I still can't get used to it. On X, she's Nothemba UJX, and on Instagram, Nothemba UJX. Of course, wrapping it up here. This has been Our Africa as we wrap up the Heritage Month edition of this segment. What is your definition of jazz? Some say strength. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful hour.
Thank you. I thought it was 10 minutes.